We're going to welcome in President and CEO of Enough is Enough, Donna Rice Hughes. Donna, great to see you again. In Meta and Google's defense, good to see you. They denied that Kaylee claims that her mental health struggles stem from social media and that she was never diagnosed with a social media addiction. Donna, I know you're not an attorney, but do you think this holds any legal water? I mean, we've seen what's been coming down the pike as far as even the country of Australia banning social media because of dangers for young people.
Right. Yeah, we know from these cases, one of the things that these cases do, now these companies are being deposed. So we are actually getting documentation of what's actually happening and what Meta and Google know about. For instance, in the case with Meta, we knew that 500,000 kids a day were being targeted on Instagram, right? So this isn't this one case. And they've had many psychologists and psychiatrists weigh in here. It's a fact that these companies program their algorithms to hook kids and that they are profiting from harm, just like Big Tobacco did. So, you know, our point on this is that they're not going to get away with it. I believe they're going to get slapped with some big fines, as they should. It's very well deserved, and it's about time.
Yeah. Another thing I want to talk about, I want to pivot to this. There's a case out of Colorado. It's really disturbing. Involves actually a Pennsylvania man. He was arrested in connection to a sextortion case, and investigators believe that he targeted women and girls, some as young as 14, Donna, across the country, and that happened since 2018. Now, this comes as a high school student in Pennsylvania is facing over 300 charges in connection to another sextortion scheme where he exploited multiple juveniles to send him explicit photos or videos of themselves. I know that you've been following this case very well. What more do you know about it?
Well, first of all, let me just say this. A predator can be anyone. As you just noted, the teenage boy in Pennsylvania was a teenager himself. So you can't recognize a disguised predator. Financial sextortion is one of the largest growing crimes internationally. And they're primarily targeting boys and teenage boys. They're very vulnerable. These cases happen very quickly. There have been many suicides. And oftentimes, well, actually all of the time, the sextortionists will pose and catfish, if it was what we call it, as a girl, as a teenage girl, and start exchanging nudes, and then ask the boy to exchange nudes, etc. And as soon as that happens, they make them feel like their life is over. The boys have gone into a panic in many instances and killed themselves. Usually within about 3 hours is how fast this happens. And so it's a huge problem. I've talked to parents whose boys have committed suicide, and they've had good relationships with these kids. So just having those great, strong relationships with your sons and your daughters is not enough. I think it's really important to let them know that this is happening, even to role play with them, and to let them know that there's absolutely nothing that they can do or will do that the parent is not there to help them through. And talk about these cases. I mean, play this broadcast again and say, this is happening. Boys your age are taking their lives because they're panicked. And we don't want that to happen to you, and let them know. I mean, these are happening to good kids. No kid's immune. And parents need to realize that and start having these conversations on a regular basis with their boys and their girls of all ages, because we're in a war. We're talking about the war in Iran. We're in a war on it with our children. We need to declare Operation Protect Kids Online, because these are serious issues and kids are dying.
Yeah, Donna, we have maybe 10 seconds left or so, but any other advice to parents on how we can protect our children? We feel so helpless sometimes.
Yeah, well, first of all, as soon as you let your kids have an internet-connected device, you are opening them up to all of the good, but all of the dangers. So have those regular conversations. Put all the controls in place. We've got free information at internetsafety101.org. Use filters, use monitoring technology, time controls, and also delay tech as late as you can, because kids at 5 and 6 and 8 years old don't necessarily need an internet-connected device unless they need it for school.
Yeah. Donna Rice Hughes, thank you so much. God bless you. Good to see you.
Thank you.